Hello friends, I Dr. Naresh Sarkar welcome you all in the quantum mechanics lecture series number 1. The topic is discovery of atom. Friends, when you're talking about atom, you may have a picture of atom inside your mind. It's look like this. The atom consists of electron and center, which is called as nucleus. So the atom consists of electron and nucleus. That nucleus consists of proton and neutron. So up to now people know what is consist of electron. This is a question for human being or us. And what consists of nucleus? That is nothing but a proton and neutron. Proton consists of what? It is nothing but a quark. And neutron also consists of quarks. Then what are quarks? Quarks are nothing but a up quarks, down quarks, top quarks, bottom quarks, and charm and strange. So these are the 6 type of quarks which is consist inside the proton and neutron. So that means proton and neutron consist of up quarks and down quarks. So out of this up, down, top, bottom and charm string, the proton consists of 2 up quarks and 1 down quarks, and the neutron consists of 2 down quarks and 1 up quarks. The up quarks, that is U, having the charge 2 by 3, and down quarks having the charge minus 1 by 3. So if I add 2 by 3 of 2 U quarks, that is nothing but a 2 by 3 plus second up quark 2 by 3, and third is down quark, that is nothing but a minus 1 by 3. So the total charge of proton is plus 1. So likewise the charge of neutron is 0, that we know today. That is the down quark having the charge minus 1 by 3 plus this is one more down quarks having the charge minus 1 by 3 plus the up quark having the charge 2 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 plus minus 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3, the total value is 0. So that is why the charge of neutron is 0 and the charge of proton is plus 1. So these things we know today, but at the time of Aristotle and ancient Greek, that time people don't know about the atom. There is no basic building idea about the atom. So this is at the era, that time ancient Greeks philosopher and the Aristotle, they having the 2 different ideological things. Ancient Greek philosopher says, if you have anything, that thing must be anything. Suppose I am considering this is a wooden rod. That wooden rod must be cut into 2 similar identical parts. So you will get the same 2 parts like this. Again, if we cut this part in a half of each, so you will get another half part of this. So again, if you cut this part, so you will get one more half part. If you cut this part, you will get one more half part. So is these things is forever? According to ancient Greek philosopher, this is not forever. Up to a certain limit, you can cut anything. You can divide anything in a 2 identical part. But there is a certain point, the human being or the people, they fail to cut these things into 2 identical divisible part. So that means at certain point you cannot divide, or it is a indivisible part. That part they that time consider that is called as atoms. There is no basic building idea about that period of Aristotle and ancient Greek philosopher. But Aristotle have the exactly opposite ideological views as the people thinking about the Greek philosopher. Aristotle think if there is any things, that things must be forever divisible. Things must be forever divisible if there is a thing. So there is a contradiction between the Greek philosophers and Aristotle. Greek philosophers say you cannot forever divide any things into two identical parts, but Aristotle says if there is a things, that things must be divided n numbers of time up to their half part. So like this. So many years after giving this concept given by the Greek philosopher and Aristotle, some people believe that atom is indivisible, it is a tiny particle. Some people believe that it is, if there is something, that things or any particle, that is always and forever divisible. So at that time, the people know about gold, silver, copper, cobalt, and so many basic elements of the periodic table, because that time people are not discovered the periodic table, but they know about some basic element. So people try to convert some basic element due to another some basic element, so people failed. Likewise, people try some attempt to prepare gold using some another basic elements like silver, cobalt, copper, but they failed. And they understood something which is never changed inside the elements, and that inside the element of heart there is something which is very tiny and they are not changed. So if I add some element, two elements, so you never get the new elements, you get the material which is called as compound. Okay, so that time people attempt to prepare some element to add element to element, and they did not get the element, they get the compound. So there is an idea is generated, that idea is born, that the heart of every element there is a things called as atom, and this atom is very tiny, and that atom is never divisible. So the physicist came after this concept. Physicist came J.J. Thomson in 1897. So J.J. Thomson, he did an experiment using a glass chamber, that is the completely evacuated glass chamber, and this glass chamber they put an externally electric field of positive charge and negative charge, and he put inside this chamber is hydrogen gas, and he applied the very high voltage current inside the chamber. Likewise, and he find the atoms which is glowing and transferring from one plate to another plate, and simultaneously he find some particles are glowing towards the positive charge, and there is nothing which is glowing or attracted towards the negative charge. So he get confused because he used the hydrogen atom which is electrically neutral. So what he conclude is something that is glowing, the particle that is glowing or attracted to the positive charge, that means that particle should be negatively charged particle. And what is the negatively charged particles of atom? Nothing but an electron today. And he get confused after performing this experiment, because once he performed this experiment he only find only the negative charge is attracted towards the positive charge. But if there is a negative charge, there must be a positive charge which is attracted by the negative charge plate, but he could not find this. But after performing this experiment many time, he carefully observed and he find there is something which is very slowly, substantially attracted towards the negative plate. Okay, and oppositely there is a negative particle which is attracted very highly or massively attracted towards the positive plate. So he understand, after performing this experiment, there is something which is attracted towards the positive place is electron, and this something which is the, if it is attracted to the negative plate, that means this is a positive particle, and this positive particle is heavier than that negative particles. So understand that electron is very, very lighter than the proton, or proton is very, very heavier than electron. Because of the proton is very much heavier, so that is why it is not attracted as much as attracted the electron towards the positive plate. So this positive, that is nothing but today we called as proton, is so much heavier than, means 1800 times heavier than electron. So that is why it is attracted towards the plate, negative plate, but it is bit small, slowly or little attracted towards this plate. So that is why he conclude this atom is nothing but a dough of positive charge and negative charge, some dough of positive charge and negative charge. But up to now, the experiment of did by J.J. Thomson in 1897, people don't know the exact structure of atom, because we know the exact structure of atom. Here inside it is a nucleus, and here is an electron, and that nucleus consists of proton and neutron. So this concept is today is true, but in this era of 1897, people only know the atom is nothing but the dough of positive and negative charges, and positive charges is heavier than negative charges after performing this experiment.